Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to the broadcast. I see we don't have a whole lot of people in here, and that makes me happy. That makes me feel like that my viewers have plenty of family to be hanging out with. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for joining the YouTube family. In just about a year, we've grown from like 105 subscribers, I think we had in October, to nearly 7,000 subscribers. And I am thankful for each and every one of you. I'm thankful for every comment you guys put in. And I know there's a lot of things you guys could be doing, a lot of other channels that you could be on, and you guys choose to be here. And I couldn't be more thankful. And one thing I just wanted to touch on real quick is that the holiday season can be a great one. It can be full of joy. It can be full of spending time with family, relaxation. For some of us, it's time to take a break. But it can also be kind of a stressful time for business owners, especially in our business. For one thing, between November, December, January, the weather doesn't always cooperate, and that's okay. For me, I look at it like this is a time to kind of take a step back and reset and relax a little bit. Walter Simpson, hey, how's it going? Happy Thanksgiving to you. And to catch you guys up, I'm just going over and sorry I didn't give you guys more of a heads up doing the live stream. This was just kind of a last minute thing. I know that there's got to be some people on my channel that don't have family or are not able to be with their family. And I treat you guys like family. You guys have supported me and you've been there for me this past year. And I really, really appreciate it. So I want to give you guys some words of encouragement through starting at Thanksgiving. December, January, and even February can be tough months as far as business goes. So take this opportunity to relax. I know Skid Steer Drew, you guys check his channel out. Yesterday was his last day at his full-time job. He's starting full-time working for himself. And because of, and he said this on his channel, it's the only reason I'm talking about it. I think his wife tested positive for the coronavirus. So they are all in quarantine. So that's kind of a bummer way for him to kick off his, self-employment. So give him some support, go over, watch his channel. And if you don't have any others, watch his videos all the way through. And that's a good way to support him coming into our community. But yeah, you guys just take some time to relax, especially here through Christmas. Things are going to slow down. Every industry is going to slow down, even if it's not excavation and grading. Consumers are buying toys and stuff, and they're not necessarily going to be looking to spend money on excavation and grading. Being the time of year, it's just not ideal to do that kind of work. So expect a little bit of a slowdown in our industry. You need to expect every year things are going to be a little bit slow. I expect things to really pick up after we get through probably middle of January, early February. We get this election over with and they release the vaccine. I think things are just going to explode. Michael Taylor, hello from Afghanistan. Thank you. It's good. I'm glad you're here, and it's good for me to be here. I'm glad to answer any questions you guys have. If you're just here to hang out, that's cool. Yeah, we've got a few more people coming in. Drop it in the comments. Let me know where you're coming in from, and just be encouraged. There's my man, Elite Earthworks. Check his channel out, guys. He's always one that I give a shout out to. He's one of my favorites, and he's a good one to watch along with Dirt Boss. I love watching him. Let's Dig's always a good one to watch. He is more of an ongoing channel. He does his day-to-day activities. How much turkey did I eat? I actually did not eat one bite of turkey. I favor ham way more than turkey. I'm sure I'll eat some at some point. Lionel Hartley, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a safe and blessed day. Same to you, Lionel. Thank you for being here. I'm thankful for you watching and supporting my channel. Gordon Bright, happy Thanksgiving, everyone from NC. A fellow North Carolinian, Don't know which part Gordon's from. I'm actually coming to you guys live from Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, just north of Statesville. I'm a little bit closer to Let's Dig this time of year. This is my wife's hometown, and we're up here. She's still visiting with her family, and I wanted to come in here and visit with my family, who is you. Let's see, when you have time, can we talk about insurance, cost of your equipment? Yep, definitely. I'll just finish the thought. Since people will be watching this recording later on, do not be too alarmed if this is your first year in business and you have a lull in phone calls or even an increase in people doing cancellations. They come up and don't have enough money for Christmas presents and they got to, put your job off. It is a typical time of year for work to slow down. Usually March in the mountains of North Carolina is when we all start kind of gearing and ramping back up and doing more and more work. The height of our season is usually like July and August. So the whole year is almost like a really slow sine wave, and we just float on through it. This is definitely the slow time of year. Okay, insurance costs on my equipment, I couldn't tell you exactly the numbers, but for people who are getting started, the insurance costs, most people start out renting, and you can get good rental coverage for between $1,200 and $1,500 for the whole year, and that covers any piece of equipment you can rent. And that's if you're renting from smaller family-owned companies. You rent from United Rentals, Sunbelt. They actually build rental protection into the contract, which I decline that because I have my own insurance and it works out better for me. Let's see here. Lead Earthworks says, yep, this time of year things slow down. After January, it picks back up. See, and he's out in Missouri. So whether you're in North Carolina, Missouri, you guys chime in if you are an experienced operator. Lead Earthworks says, I think my excavator insurance is like $40 a month, and the excavator was $89,000. Now to that, I can say that I have Kubota Care on my tractor, and I believe it cost me $50 a month. So on top of my tractor payment, I pay $50 more in with that payment, and it's a $200 deductible. Kubota's got really good insurance. So, and I'm actually thinking I may go with a Kubota excavator next time. If I decide that I don't want to go up in size, I'll just stick with the 80s. And I think the Kubota 80 is actually a little heavier than the Yanmar's 80. And yeah, it's just, now, Brandon, if you can throw in there, maybe about what you pay on your dump truck insurance. I believe I pay $4,000 to $5,000 a year for each dump truck. I believe that's what it is on the next live feed. And I plan on doing a lot more live feeds. Obviously, Elite Earthworks does some live feeds. Any YouTube creator that does a live feed, we don't make as much money on those. We definitely make our income, what little bit it is, by making our videos that are monetized. But doing live feeds is kind of something YouTube creators do just to kind of hang out with their community. Christy Stats, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Christy. Thank you for being here. Elite Earthworks, he says he thinks his Pete is $260 a month, which for a truck that size is really good. I get my insurance through a company called I think it's General Insurance Services, and they actually shop around to get the best prices, and they use underwriters. And I think I ended up getting insurance with Progressive Insurance, but here's the kicker. If I called Progressive myself, I wouldn't be able to get as good of a deal as General Insurance does. So just because you called Progressive does not mean that that's the best price you can get. So I would call, I'm a fan of 3 quotes, whether it's I'm giving 3 quotes or I'm getting 3 quotes. When you're shopping insurance, just go ahead and get 3. but you need to get everything in writing so you can compare apples to apples and bananas to bananas. You may get a cheaper insurance quote, but it may not come with any good coverage. So that's something to keep in mind there. Let's see here. Grade A Land. Happy Thanksgiving from Tennessee. Thanks for coming in and joining the broadcast. And I want to thank you, Grade A Land, for being a supporter of this little channel. I know I'm definitely not the best YouTube personality, but I am who I am. I don't really juice it up or anything. I think I'm more myself now than I was in earlier videos. If you go back and watch my very first videos, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I can't hardly stand to watch them myself. You guys throw it out there. Give me some topics that you guys are interested in talking about, or something you need to know. Because I see, we've got Elite Earthworks in here. He's he's somebody who's got a lot of knowledge. And Grade A Land, I think they've got quite a bit of experience. So it's not just me in here. You guys who are starting a business or new to this community, then all of us we are all here for the new guys. We're all here to be seen, obviously. Let's Dig is okay. Isn't that the truth? He's trying to grow a mustache, I think. Can't really tell, but I think he is. Let's see here. The Earthworks name was mine. I feel bad I made people watch my videos. You did not force them to watch anything. They did it on their own accord, and if they suffered, it's their own fault. Now, all joking aside, Elite Earthworks makes some of the best videos, and when I'm watching you, Brandon, I'm not only watching to learn and see how you do things, I might be cheating and watching how you do your videos and how you edit them. So if anybody sees any similarities in DigginLife 21 and Elite Earthworks, it's propaganda. It's not true. We're victims of circumstance. Great minds think alike, as it were. Let's see. Grade A Land 2 Elite. You still got the single axle. I think Brandon still has it. I mean, now, like in the mountains of North Carolina, if you don't have a single axle, you limit yourself a lot of the time, or you're going to make getting in a lot of places difficult. There's a guy that I know, actually two guys that have a couple of Ford L8000s for sale. So I'm looking at those really hard. One guy wants $16,000. The other one wants $11,500. They both have the 7.8 liter engine, and I'm not really excited about that at all. I really want something with at least like a Detroit 12.7 liter or bigger. If Brandon over at Elite Earthworks would like to sell that, Pete, I would make him a horrible price on it and offer him way too little for it. But if he would sell it, I will gladly take it. Let's see here. Who else we got in here? Grade A Land and Elite Earthworks. They've got their conversation going on. You guys, let me know. Let me know what you guys want to chat about. This is your Thanksgiving. I'm just here to give us all somewhere to hang out. But like I say, yeah, I'm definitely on the lookout for a bigger dump truck. That's something that I'm wanting to grow with here lately. And it seems like that's the going thing right now with a lot of guys I know that started back in summer. Right now, they're looking to trade. So that's encouraging to all you guys who are just getting your fresh start. The fact that a lot of us are ready to move up to bigger and better equipment, that means we're going to be selling. And I probably won't sell Wilbur. I would have an easier time selling my new truck than my old one. So I may end up being a guy who has one worker and 3 trucks. Who knows? But it's definitely, let's see, Michael Taylor says, actually, I've skipped over, get a V12 Detroit. That would be something. That would be something. But yeah, definitely, I'd like a 12.7 liter Detroit. If you guys can tell that I'm shaking the table or the computer, just tell me to stop shaking and remind me to get my arms off the table. Brent King, thank you for being here, Brent. I think My earliest memory of having somebody comment on one of my videos was Brent. He has commented on every video that I think I've ever done. And Brent, you definitely in particular, thank you for always supporting me and supporting this channel. I really, really appreciate it. And a happy Thanksgiving to you too. Let's see, Michael Taylor, a starter excavator. Your thoughts? Now you guys blow up the comments with this one, because starter excavator really comes down to your budget and what you're going to be using it for. My starter excavator is the same one I've got now, my Yanmar Vio 80. If you're going to be doing a lot of mowing with it, I would not recommend a Yanmar at all, because they are so poorly balanced. When you stick the mower way out from you, whether it's the Fecon head or the 60-inch Bushmaster, it is very tipsy. It is horribly balanced, and mine has an additional counterweight on it. So I would not recommend a Yanmar, but that 16 to 20,000 pound class is a good middle of the road. They're small enough to get in just about anywhere, but they're big enough to where you can clear some pretty big land clearing projects. You know, it might take you a little bit longer, but you know, just pace yourself with the machine size that you have. And in that 16 to 20,000 pound range, they are quite affordable. I got mine, again, the Yanmar Vio 80. It was a 2015, this a couple of years ago. It had 1,500 hours, and we paid right at $65,000 for it. It was in great shape. It's still in great shape. It's held up very well. Very few mechanical issues. So Yanmar is pretty solid, but they are not balanced very well at all. Skid Boot, welcome to the broadcast. Happy Thanksgiving to you. He shouts out from Nova Scotia, Canada. I love Canada. I love that we're neighbors. And thanks for supporting the channel. Thank you for being here. And feel free to comment on anybody else's comment if you have something to contribute to them. I'm just going to run through these comments real quick. Bear with me. I don't want to miss anybody. Let's see. Oh, no. Brandon's had that single axle sitting. I've seen his Peterbilt on a lot of jobs here lately, and I think it's really improved his hauling capabilities and speeding up jobs and such. Let's run on down through here. Where was I at? Jake Duffin, welcome to the broadcast. A very familiar face. He comments on a lot of videos, and that is the best way to support your YouTube creator, is to comment. And not only that, if you can stand and watch videos all the way through, then please do. And that really helps us out. It really helps us get through, you know. It helps us be seen by more people. It helps promote us. Let's see where we're at here. Skidster Drew in the house. Howdy, fellas. I bet you're sitting there holding that new baby boy hanging out on this Thanksgiving. I was talking about you earlier, telling them about how you're quarantined in. And again, Skidster Drew, check his channel out. Show him some support and love in the YouTube community. Shane Rowland, what do you think of the extendable boom option? Extendable or extended? Do you mean like a long stick? And yes, I think the more reach you can get, the better, because you can adjust how far you're reaching out for the weight that you're picking up. I know with like larger excavators, Chris Gins, Let's Dig, I believe his 250 is a short stick. He likes that because it's got more breakout force. His smaller machine, the 160, I think, has a long stick, which is great for doing all the pond dredging he does, and he does a lot of it. Let's see where we're at here. I can't keep track of anything. DS, welcome to the broadcast. If you could have a do-over, would you buy the same machine or go with something else? Man, that's a good question. I don't want to say I regret the Yanmar because it's been a good machine for the money that I had at the time. If I had more money and business to back up operating a different machine, I would have went with something a little nicer. I would have went with either Takeuchi or Kubota, one of those two, I believe. And as always, when you have more money to work with, I would have also went with a brand new machine. I would not have bought anything used. I would have went brand new right out of the gate, no question asked. And the same thing with dump trucks. If I had the funds and the ability, and I knew I was going to have the work, would have bought a brand new truck right out of the gate, no questions asked. Let's see here. Lee Kemp, happy Thanksgiving from Missouri. MO. Yep, that's Missouri. Lee Kemp, you're out there with Mr. Elite Earthworks. Neighbors, as it were. Let's see. Ian Burtmeyer. Hi, Todd. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Ian. He is one of my most dedicated viewers. I see him on almost every video. And I don't think of many of my videos that Ian has not commented on. And again, thank you guys. I'm thankful for every single comment, like, subscribe. You guys have been amazing in helping me build my channel. I could not be more pleased. That's my sweet little wifey thing. Let's see here. Bear with me just a second. She's wanting to know if I'm done. She must be about done hanging out with her family. Maybe we'll be going to do supper. I don't know if I can fit anything else in my stomach or not. Let's see here. Lee Earthworks says he's laying on the couch and he ate too much. Man, I think that's probably all of us, you know. I'm not laying on the couch. I want to come and hang out with you guys a little bit. Let's see. DS, thanks, bud. Happy Thanksgiving. Keep up the great work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shane Rowland, extendable as far as balance and reach, is it worth it? I think most long sticks are only an 18-inch reach, additional reach. I think it's 18 inches to 24 inches, something like that. So it's not a whole lot. And I guess it depends on the individual model of machine and, you know, how much more it costs. And I've never priced a machine with an extended boom. Now, Elite Earthworks, he may be familiar with this, or Grade A Land. Some of those guys, you guys feel free to jump in here in the comments and help me out. I'm watching the comments as they come up. So Skid Boot says his is 18 inches longer. So I think that's what it is. I think standard extended boom is 18 inches. That and a quick coupler. A quick coupler adds a little bit of length to your reach, but it also does affect your breakout force. It does make a difference. Let's see here. Moving on down the line. Gamer Boy, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. Thanks. Welcome to the live stream, and thanks for supporting the channel. I am thankful for you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Elite Earthworks, his 260 is a longer stick, and it's 18 inches longer than normal. So that must be just the thing. It must just be 18 inches on everything. Skid Steer Drew, Dirt Perfect's extended boom, super stick. I'm not sure that qualifies as, I think that's just like a, I don't know what you call that. Frankenboom. That's what we'll call that, Frankenboom. Tom Sawyer, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for coming in and supporting the channel. We're glad you're here. Couple of things. Let's see. Michael Weatherhead, happy Thanksgiving to you. Thanks for being here. Couple of things just to catch everybody up. Now we got a few people in here. We were talking about how there's a slow season that starts with the holidays. People kind of lose interest in spending money on their own properties, and they kind of want to start spending time with family, which food is expensive, and we eat. It's like a marathon food eating just to do all the way through the first of the year. We've got a lot going on with the virus stuff and election. People are distracted and they're getting tired and burnt out. So don't be surprised if there's a good lull in phone calls. But if you've got work booked to get you through middle of January, I think you're solid. don't worry. If you start seeing that you're getting caught up, that you're not a month and a half out, you come up to, if you don't book another job, say you're booked out till the middle of January and you get to the middle of December and you haven't booked any additional jobs, don't freak out. Don't panic. It's all good. After the first of the year, people are going to relax. And things will be fine, and then the next big burst of business will come when people start getting their taxes back and they start wanting to spend money, because most people can't stand to have money. They want to give it away, so they might as well give it away to you to beautify their property or do their projects. The other thing we're talking about is, well, the most recent thing is extended booms on excavators. You do lose a little bit of breakout force, but you gain a little bit of distance. It just comes down to which machine you're going with, which brand, and how much it's going to cost. So that's kind of been the most of it. Skid Steer Drew, when this COVID mess dies down, some of us need to do some collaboration videos. I 100% agree, Drew. And I want to collab with Brandon, Elite Earthworks. I definitely want to collab with you, Drew, Skid Steer Drew. And let's see, I think Dump Truck Driver Dominique is interested in doing some collaborations with all of us. I think it'd be really interesting because we are all a little bit different. We all have different niches or niches depending on where you're from and, what you like to do. Me personally, I like doing forestry mulching. I like clearing land with my excavator. And I find that that's my highest profit margins in my area. Just to throw it out there for sake of conversation, we charge anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500 per 8 hours of operation with the Yanmar Vio 80 and the Fecon mulching head. We talked briefly about what we're going to do as far as getting the Bushmaster in and what we're going to charge with it, and it's going to be very close. It's not going to be a whole lot of difference. The Bushmaster will be a little bit lower maintenance. So we'll just have to play it out. I think I'm probably going to end up just charging the same for ease of quoting. I am actually going to charge a little bit more than I normally do if I'm using my tilt grading bucket, because it's going to increase my efficiency as opposed to using just a digging bucket. And I'll have to fine tune it. Right now, I'm at about $1,250 per 8 hours if it's just the excavator and I'm just digging. If you set me up on a mound of dirt and I've got to load it out, or I've just got to load trucks all day, it's $1,250 per day. And say I'm sitting on top of a mound of dirt. About every 15 seconds with my 3-foot bucket, I can get a little bit more than a cubic yard of dirt. I can scoop it, put it into the truck, and be back into the pile. So that means that every 15 seconds, I'm moving a yard of dirt. So it just depends, 12 to 15 scoops, you've got a truck pulling off. That can be tough to keep, trucks loaded. Now, I work by myself. So being that, I'm going to get behind on my comments. Now, I just work by myself. At this point, I had a driver and it was working great, but we didn't have any big dirt moving jobs. And when we did, they were just moving from the hole, maybe 75 feet away, changing the culvert out, and then we were pulling the dirt right back in. So if I got into a big dirt moving project, I believe I could keep up with a couple to several trucks, keeping them busy for a day, depending on how far you got to move the dirt. But like I say, the Yanmar 80 is a good machine, but you've got to be buried in the dirt to hold itself down. Let's see here. Where Michael Taylor, how does that sit with the customers when you tell them it's going to be a month or two before you can get there? It has to sit pretty good because everybody else is about the same amount of time out. Most customers actually like it because it gives them time to save up additional money. When most people call you and they're ready to have the job done, they've got just enough money. So it actually works for them pretty good that, and I like to stay about 6 weeks out. That's comfortable for me because then I have work lined up to keep me busy for a while. And it's not so far out that I'm just going doing quotes just to hear people say I'm not going to wait that long. Also, on that note, when customers call you and they're wanting to book a quote, just go ahead and tell them, I just want you to go ahead and know I can get to you to look at the job next week, 2 weeks from now. But as far as booking the job and tentatively getting to it, I'm a month and a half, 2 months out. And it's a little bit, it depends on your area and the types of people you're talking to. But if you say 6 weeks, it can actually almost sound longer than telling somebody I'm 1.5 months. It's a numbers thing. And in somebody's head, they think in numbers. So I find it's easier to tell them months because then you're only saying 1.5 months as opposed to 6 weeks. Just seems shorter, but it's the same time. And I always get 20% deposit, and it's a non-refundable deposit. And you have to tell them that for tax purposes. Kelly could explain it, but you have to tell them that it is whatever percentage you want. If it's 10%, 20%, whatever. The less likely somebody is to cancel, you can do a lower deposit. So say like if you can be there in 3 weeks, you can just do a 10% deposit. But if they have to wait longer and there's a chance they're going to eventually just be like, I'm just tired of waiting, I'm going to get somebody else, you want to go with a little bit higher deposit, and that is a stronger retainer. It makes people less likely that they even want to look for somebody that can get there sooner. And we tell people, they're like, well, and I had somebody not too long ago actually say, well, can you put me down? And if I find somebody else sooner, I'll just call you. And we're like, no, we can't, because if we commit to you and you cancel on us last minute, how are we supposed to fill that slot to regain the income? So we will not put any project on our calendar until we have a check in our hand. So if they say I'm sending the check, a lot of times we'll say, okay, well, we'll put it down when the check arrives, but we usually just go ahead and put it on the calendar just to cover it. We don't want to upset anybody and do anybody unfairly, but we've got a calendar to fill, and the only way to fill it is if you get something in your hand that's going to guarantee they're not going to cancel on you. And it tells you if they're serious too. If they're like, nah, I really don't want to do a deposit, then it's like, well, then you're not serious and you're probably going to cancel on me anyway. So you just, move on. Let's see. Grade A lane. I think it's better to tell a client a flat estimate than to tell them hourly. Absolutely. 100% agree. Let's see, where are we at here? Shane Rowland, looking at Bobcat E55 or E60. I would just go ahead and go with the bigger one, as long as it's not going to put you too tight on payment or, money. Shane Rowland says it's 20,000 pound range. Yeah, I would just go with the bigger one, bigger, stouter, more power you're not going to regret. Let's see here. You tend to make more on flat rates. That's absolutely right. If you just go ahead and price a job and you get done sooner, you still make a little bit more money. So it works out better. Elite Earthwork says, I started to tell people have a list on a date. That's a good way to do it. Skidster Drew, there's a guy close to me that says a year and half out normally. He mainly builds ponds and chicken house pads. When you're talking about that much big of a project, and a lot of times you're waiting on permitting, it can be that long anyway. So it may not just necessarily be just a scheduling thing. So you got to take that into consideration. You guys be sure to give me a like if you're enjoying this stream. And that way I know whether we do something similar like this again, or if we want to do something a little bit different. Let's see. Elite Earthwork says, well, that would be awesome. Man, wouldn't we all want to be out a year and a half? But then it's almost like you're working on, salary. And I've never liked salary. I don't like knowing how much, like I'm just going to make this much this year. I like being able for it to vary, good or bad. I like a little bit of variance, and that's what gives me my drive to go to work and get things done. Let's see here. Are you thinking? Wendell Hopkins, welcome to the broadcast. I don't know if I saw you in here earlier, Wendell. Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. Are you thinking about getting a skid steer? I think about it a lot. I just can't afford it. So I would love to have a skid steer, and it would be great. I could definitely use one. Let's see. Great A Land, got a buddy. No, we are past that one. Let's see. Skid boot. Checking in the mail usually means no money coming. Isn't that a fact? I know how that goes. See, Elite Earthworks said the pool guys were really busy last year. Man, last year was great. Everything's been good despite the virus. People are still employing us light excavation and grading guys. We're all busy, and it's a good time to be in this business. And frankly, I think it's a good time to start in this business. At this point in the year, being stuck between two major holidays, I would just maybe hold out just a little bit. But knowing what I know and what I've experienced past year, I'd drop an advertisement, start renting, and get to work because I think it's there. Let's see. In Greenville, Tennessee. Happy Thanksgiving, Jason Price. Thanks for being here, and welcome to our little broadcast. And I think we're getting close to records. Man, my first live stream, I was lucky to have 2 or 3 people staying there, and we're topping, 20 to 30 right now, and that thrills me greatly. It feels like we're really building our community. Be sure to hit the like button, and hopefully YouTube will send this live stream recording out later on a little bit. Let's see here. Where are we at? Next year's my plan. Looks like Elite Earthworks is going to be buying a different machine. What is the V12? Yeah, now the V12 Takeuchi skid steer is almost a bulldozer to me. I think that thing weighs like 14,000 pounds. It's a monster of a skid steer. So I think we'll probably go ahead and start wrapping this little stream up, guys. I think the little woman's wanting to meet up and go eat more food, which I don't know where I'm going to put it because I'm full. So thanks, guys, for coming in, man. We really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Again, this is your last chance to hit the like button. You guys make sure that you guys let's see, Michael Taylor, he's wanting an email. I don't use a rotary laser, Great A Land. I actually use string levels. I'm old school. I use strings where I can and the seat of my pants when I can't. And just, I just level things out. I don't do a whole lot of big ground grading. Let's see, Michael Taylor, whose email were you needing to get, buddy? Is it mine? Here, I'm going to drop my email. Let's see here in the comments real quick. Boom. There is my email. Also, I am going to be doing some merchandise, and I'm super stoked about it. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because it is a cartoon version of yours truly sitting atop a massive, actually, no, it's a tiny little excavator. Let's see if I got the picture here. I'll show you guys. Hang around for a second. Let me see if I've got it. I know I've got it somewhere. I thought I had it. Dadgummit. No, I don't know where I put. There it is. All right, you guys remember this video? It's going to be a cartoon version of that, and it is absolutely hilarious. I couldn't be more excited. I think we're going to do like shirts, hoodies, maybe some ball caps. Coffee mugs I think are going to be a good one because in the morning time, you just need a good laugh. And what is more funny than this? A cartoon version of me. I busted out laughing when I saw the rendering. It was absolutely hilarious. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I'm always humble when Elite Earthworks comes in, man. He's a great creator. He's topping over 18,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to his channel, go check him out, guys. You won't be disappointed. I just couldn't be happier about this year. We're going to push over 7,000 subscribers very soon, and it's going to be awesome. Let's try to get to 14,000 by this time next year. We love you guys. Thanks. See you next time.